Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all this evening. Hope everyone is doing great. Chime in, represent your city. Everybody on Facebook, I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Everybody on Twitch, this is the Windy City. Everybody on Kick, I'm representing Chi-Town. And everybody on YouTube, I am representing Chicago, Illinois. We got Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Rebel Soul. It's in the building. Rep your town, rep your city. We got San Jose in the building. We have Atlanta, Georgia in the building. Yes, indeed. We have Orlando, Florida in the building. Shout out to all my people in Florida. Yeah, shout out to everybody in Florida. We got Greensboro, North Carolina in the building. Shout out to all my people in Greensboro and all my friends and family in North Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina too. Yeah, North Carolina. It is right now snowing in Chicago. Light snow, really cold temperatures, probably around 30 or 29 degrees. Expecting a somewhat of a blizzard, they say. The weather is so messed up that it'll snow. It'll be like blizzard-like conditions, and then it'll be 55 or 60 degrees 2 days later. And people will start catching colds and pneumonias from the temperature fluctuating. Rep your city, everybody. Represent your city. Got a chance to rest today. I did a lot of exercise yesterday. I pretty much exercise in between my daily chores and stack it up. I'm increasing my reps with my dumbbells. That's a good thing. I'm almost to 100 reps with the I'm almost to 100 reps with the 220-pound dumbbells. We got Northern Miami Beach in the house. We got Detroit, Michigan in the house. Shout out to everybody in Detroit. So I think I'm up to 80 reps. I get up to 100 reps. I need some 50-pound dumbbells next. I haven't been recording my exercises for my body sculpture challenge because it's just been too intense, and I just didn't want to waste any time setting up cameras and all that. I got to get back on that and film some to put on body sculpture challenge. But the body sculpture challenge never stops. Keep it up. Keep putting the hashtag body sculpture challenge. We'll go back and find all those hashtags and post your workouts. But fitness, we're on some fitness, we're on some survival, we're on some plant based food, better eating, survival, fitness, and saving money, which I'll probably be talking about tonight. We're going to get into that tonight. Come on in, come on in. We're going to talk about Trump and Biden and their ages. Let's get some more people to come in. Yeah, late tonight, I'll probably talk about economics and socializing. We'll probably talk about that. I lock down. I lock down when I'm chasing the bag. And so when I'm trying to get money, I lock down. And I don't do much socializing when I'm have a financial goal. Socializing goes out the window. This has been bad for me. Yeah, I want to talk about that tonight. In relationships, I'm not trying to generalize because there are some women that beat on their money, but typically, just in my personal experience, women are horrible when it comes to money. I think that's changing with some of the younger women, but women that are about their money would agree with me because I guarantee you, if it's a woman really on her bread, I guarantee you she don't hang out with too many females. Guaranteed. She might have a small group of go-getters like herself. And I'm going to talk about that tonight because it's very irritating. Uh, with people kind of edging me on to be more social, and then those same people don't be having their money together. So I'm gonna talk about that because I ain't doing no socializing when I'm trying to get paper. That's out the question. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing the bare minimum. Okay. And so I'm gonna talk about that tonight. I'm doing the bare minimum when I'm trying to get money. I'm not going to no movie theater. That's why I got cable. I got a cable and I got a big old TV that I hardly never watch, but it's a billion channels on there and a billion movies I haven't seen. And I can go to the store and get some popcorn kernels and some coconut oil and throw it in a pot and throw them kernels in there and pop me some popcorn. Illuminati Congo, my brethren is in the building, my longtime brethren. And my Illuminati Congo, y'all go check out Illuminati Congo. Illuminati Congo is really a really close friend, like a relative, okay? And so if you gave him some problems and I found out it's gonna be smoke. But I've been knowing this brethren since he was a youth. He was a young Rasta brethren that would be out there running around at the Haile Selassie Festival. And next thing you know, he was a big man. And next thing you know, he was a big man and a formidable opponent if you want to debate, you know? And so if I debate him and we get to going back and forth, I have to go, oh, yeah. You know, he's very well learned. Okay. So if y'all think I know everything, Illuminati Congo would tell you that I definitely don't think I know everything because we got brethren out here that really kept been studying. I haven't been studying in depth. I only went so far. and I stopped. But he got some knowledge for you. So go check out Roaring Lions, and I got him. I interviewed him on Roaring Lions. Roaring Lions is really good. I got to interview him again. I got to get him back on Roaring Lions. He's very interesting and very talented, and he gets to the money. So, oh, he gets to the bag. Oh, man. That's my brethren right there, though. Illuminati Congo. Y'all should go. Y'all should go check out Illuminati Congo. Raise your consciousness. Yeah, that's my brethren right there. His problems is my problems. That's a fact. He don't have problems though. He be he be he be doing the evil ones. He be sidestepping evil. The way he be moving. That's my brethren right there though. They used to come visit me when I was at O Block, and we would be in the apartment at O Block debating. Yeah, follow him. He's deep. Follow him on Instagram and all that. He's deep, but you gotta open up your mind now. When you deal with people that read like that, okay, you gotta be ready because he. You know what I'm saying? So them the kind of people I go to when I want to learn something. Like when I want to learn, if I feel like, man, I need to, I'll go call him and hook up with him and start like debating him to get it out of him. I'll bring up something, and then I'll be learning all type of stuff. That's how you stay up on. That's how you stay up. You go and you watch the young wizards, the young wise ones, right? And then you get that information to keep you up on your square. If not, if you don't constantly bring in new information, you're going to be stale. And this is how you stay in a high position as you age, as you go listen to the young wizards. You know what I'm saying? You go listen to the young wizards. See what I'm saying? And you got to know like who recognize who really study. He studied more stuff than me. You know what I mean? He studied way more stuff than me, more into depth with way more stuff than me. Because I be outside with the regular people that I don't need to know all that stuff because they can't handle it. So after I got to a certain point with my knowledge, I said, okay, that's enough. They can't even take this much. And so I didn't keep going. I was back in the day. I couldn't keep going. I was already, I was like, okay, I don't need to learn no more. I just need to teach them this part. I had to like dumb it down. Because I'm like, yeah, we from Al-Kebulan. And they're like, what's Al-Kebulan? I'm like, Africa. Okay, I'm going to just say Africa. Okay. Let me just say Africa. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Ain't no need of me talking about Atlantis and Mu and Bimini and Yucatan. Oh, no. Let me, when you teach in a certain level of school, just stay there. Let somebody else teach grad school. I don't do all that. Yeah, so this evening I'm gonna talk about economics of socializing. Ugh. They don't go together unless you're able to mix your economic ideas and movements in with your socializing. But tonight, I'm talking about, and I'm 67. And these politicians are too old. They are too old. Nobody's honest anymore. I'm 67. I'm at the top of my game. I could be a president. I could be a senator. But only another 7 years. That's it. Anything past 75, there's no way would want to be. I mean, I could go. I feel like president. The last age you should be able to be president has to assure that you're out of office by the time you get 77. So the last time you could run is 73. If I run at 73, I could be a great president. At 75, it's getting to the point, not, but 76, 77, I could pull that off. But when you start talking 79, 80, no way. There's no way you should be no 79-year-old president. No way. Trump is too old to be the president. He's too old. He's too old. Biden was too old. Come on, man. Look at this. Trump is 79 years old with 3 more years to go. Come on, man. Stop. Stop. Come on, stop. He's too old. He should have not been allowed to run. Period. Biden shouldn't have been allowed to run that last time either. No way. No way Biden run for president at no 78 years old. You must be out of office by 77. Period. The last year you should be allowed to run for president should be at 73 years old. Anything over the 73 years old, you should not be allowed to run for president. Not only that, you're blocking the next generation. And so if I'm run and I'm 74 and you're 64 and I stay in office until I'm 78, you're going to be 68. And I done blocked you in your prime. I blocked you. When they stand there too long, look at the people under them that they block. You're blocking people for too long. They don't look at it like that. You're blocking younger people. They don't have to be really young, but you're blocking people in their 60s. And you in your late 70s, mid to late 70s, and you blocking people in their 50s and their 60s. You blocking them. You're in the way. You're in the way. The United States government should form a section of the government, an advisory branch, not an official branch like the branch we got, but an advisory board should be officially a part of the United States government. And this is where Biden and people like that, if they just wanted to be involved with government, they would be a part of the advisory board, the elders. They still are valuable, but they got to get their rest. You know, they got to get their rest. Because when the president is in front of everybody, now, come on, man. Why y'all don't let bro go sit down? Why y'all got that old man up there like that, man? Po thing. Come on, man. This is elderly abuse. Why y'all got bro? why they got bro? Why they got bro out there like that? That's why I don't hate Trump, because he's too old to hate. He don't know. Come on. Anybody could tell him what to do because he's going to follow anybody. He's a super senior. He's not just a senior. And so it's all of the business people that got him in there scamming and passing stuff so they could get rich, robbing the United States government because this old man don't run nothing. Somebody's telling him what to do. Y'all really believe? And he got the nerve to call somebody Sleepy Joe. Remember? He said he was gonna replace Sleepy Joe. And he replaced Sleepy Joe. Ain't nobody said nothing. When the reality is both of them should have been made to go and sit down somewhere. They what are we doing? This is the president. This is the commander in chief. Well, he been up all night tweeting and on his social media platform all night because he don't feel well, and he been asleep all day. Come on now. Come on now. This is the president of the United States of the whole America. He fell asleep in front of everybody, man. He fell asleep. And I mean, we seen this movie already where some dude is president and it's like, Mr. President, are you all right? We seen this movie. And it's like it's getting ridiculous, okay? It's too much. It's too much. These old people, don't go sit them down. This is elderly abuse. And they're just sucking up money that other people can make. They're getting in there, blocking opportunity, and taking money from the next generation, hoarding the position, hoarding the money, hoarding the position, hoarding the money for their families, well beyond the point of where they can even do a decent job. And this doesn't make any sense. This is ridiculous, okay? It's ridiculous. Enough is enough. And they should just sit Trump down, okay? Sit him down. Let JD run the country. Sit him down. He's done. Some doctors say they expect him to only live 5 to 7 months. This is what experts are saying. They're saying Trump is extremely sick. Extreme. He's extremely sick. And it's just how many times we're going to deal with this. I mean, this is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And we got a whole bunch of them in there. A whole bunch of them that are blocking up spaces in the government. They're too old to be in the government. Too old. And they know they too old and they leave them out there. Who's seen Mitch McConnell fall down a few weeks ago? Got up waving and smiling. Fell down on national news. All the news people was looking at him. And he felt, and he got up looking like Howdy Doody, smiling and waving. Had two brothers next to him to get him up. You know what I'm saying? Fell in front of everybody. This ain't the first time. They ain't got to gently push nobody aside. Change the rules, Kay. Change the rules. Simple. Don't ain't no gently. You cannot be in there over 77. The last year you can run, you must be 73 years old. Another guy fell out Friday. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Look at this. Chuck Grassley, 91 years old. Mitch McConnell, 81 years old. Look at this. Hall Rogers, 87. Eleanor Holmes, 87. Maxine Waters, 86. Grace Napolitano, 86. Bill Krell Jr., 86. Steny Hoyer, 85. Nancy Pelosi, 84. James Clyburn, 84. Alderman Danny Day from Chicago, 82 years old. Still in there blocking. Still in there blocking. Look at these numbers. They should have been gone years ago. They should have been gone at 77. They should have all been gone. 77, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. Chuck should have been gone 14 years ago. 14 years ago. Hal Rogers should have been gone 10 years ago. Eleanor, 10 years ago. Maxine Waters. 9 years ago or 11 years ago. They should have been gone. They should have been gone. 9 years ago for her, 9 years ago for Grace, 9 years ago for Bill, 8 years ago for Steny, 7 years ago for Nancy, should have been gone 7 years ago. James Clyburn should have been gone 7 years ago. Danny Davis should have been gone 5 years ago. They should have been gone. They were in there blocking up spaces. And we know this 90-year-old man, Chuck, ain't doing nothing. A lot of times they be on all type of sick leave and everything. Remember the white woman, what was that, 3-4 years ago, that finally passed away? She was old. She couldn't hardly never come to work. She had to pass away to get her out of there. She actually had to pass away to get out of there. Now, this is ridiculous. These dudes is too old. Too old to be president of the United States of America. They're not relatable. They don't know what's going on in the world. They don't know nothing. I'm 67 and I go way back to the 60s, born in the late 50s. These people born in the 40s. They don't know nothing about what's going on in modern times and what's really going on nowadays. Trump got to ask his sons what's going on. This is ridiculous. They need to have term limits on all government officials, from the president on down. Term limits down to the mayors. Term limits. Term limits. You can't just sit your ass in there all them years. And you can't even run if you're a certain year old. You can't run. You can't. You're irrelevant. You don't know what's going on. Donald Trump don't know what's going on. He's outdated. He don't know what's going on. He too old. Him and Biden was both too old. He gonna call Biden Sleepy Joe. How you gonna call somebody Sleepy Joe and you sleep? You see how his mouth is drooped on the right side? Some as professionals say he had the stroke. He's having strokes. They got all kind of machinery hooked up to him to keep him alive. That he got all kind of braces on his feet and on his legs because he got droopy foot and all of that. This is what some experts are saying. That they're doing everything to keep this man walking. That's why he had them bruises on his hands. Some doctors say this is from some medical treatment that he gets once a month, and that's why his hand has that bruising. This is what doctors are saying, not what I'm saying. This is word on the street. Come on. What are we doing? He was surrounded by people just standing there. They had to just stand there and play it off. How you fit for office? And you going to sleep in front of everybody. This is ridiculous. We got rid of one person that was too old for the job and replaced him with another one. Can you believe that? Can y'all believe that? We replaced him for him. Unbelievable. Yeah, yeah. And they say he got the metal things in his legs so his foot won't droop. Because you know when your foot droop like that, you fall a lot. Because my left foot had a droop after I got stabbed, right? And I was wondering, I kept hitting it on, I was up moving around back healthy, and I was running, I kept stumbling. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I realized, oh, you know what? This left foot don't really lift up like that, and I'm still walking like I'm normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still walking like I'm normal, but the whole time that foot is down a little bit, so it's gonna hit any raised surface. Ain't no way I could be no president at no older than 77. Ain't no way. There's just no way. I'm 67 right now. I would have been the best president at like 62. If I did 2 terms, 62 to 68, I'd be the good president. We can even go. We can even go later. You know, I'd be a great president. I'd be at the top of my game as far as learning. Still alert on top of everything. I'd be a great president. Old enough to know history and still young enough to know what's going on today. Yeah, he's not doing well. He's not doing well. You know, he's not doing well. And he's in there cutting deals, trying to stack all the crooked, illegal money he can for his family, breaking all kind of, doing all type of unpresidential things, man. The things he's doing, man, is just unbelievable. Like he bought all them bonds, and all them bonds he bought the companies. He's influencing the companies that he bought the bonds for, ensuring that he done made $3 billion since he president. 3 billion. Allegedly. That's what's been reported, in case the reports are wrong. They're just too old for the job. They too old. He said it seems like nobody can stop him. Ain't nobody trying to stop him. The Democratic Party dropped the ball when they didn't make him sit down. That's what happened. The Democrats gave their party away right here. They let him stay in there too long. They should have made him sit down. Soon as he won the second term, after about 1 year, 1 year to 16 months, they should have made him sit down. You could see right then he can't do the job. And they should have made him sit down. And he got in there and he didn't do nothing. All that stuff Obama and them did with the border to throw all them people out, Biden let them all right back in. This whole ICE and migrant situation is Biden's fault. Because he was asleep. Word has it that Biden couldn't even do his job, didn't even do his job until 10 in the morning, from 10 in the morning to 2 in the evening. It was the only time he could work. Then he had to go back to bed. And his wife was taking care of him. He was only really president, allegedly, from 10 in the morning to 2 p.m., 4 hours, every day. Then they had to go arrest him. He let all them people come and crowd Texas. Then the Texas governor shipped them people all over the country. And now somebody got to try to find them and get them back out of here. That's the real story on the migrant situation. The Texas governor committed treason by sending them everywhere. He should have been arrested. I do understand that they was overwhelming Texas, but for you to take illegal people and take taxpayer dollars and ship them in the country, that's still treason. The Texas governor sent illegals to New York, Chicago, D.C., California. That's illegal. He broke the law. He should have been arrested. Abbott should have been arrested. You see what I'm saying? Abbott broke the law. And here in Chicago, Johnson was sending them back, turning the buses around, sending them back. Abbott started putting them on airplanes. Abbott started putting them on airplanes when the mayor of Chicago started having police meet the buses and turn around. Yeah, he should have been able to send him to their own countries, but you know why he couldn't? You know why he couldn't send them? You know, in fairness to Abbott, you know why he couldn't send them to their own country? Because that's something got to be done federally, and the president was asleep. The president was asleep. In fairness to Abbott, because if you had a good president that was awake, he would have went down there and sent them himself. I bet you if Trump was president, I bet you he would have sent them. I bet you if Trump was president and all them people was in Texas, I bet you Trump would have sent an army to Texas and would have kicked them all out right down while they was in Texas. He wouldn't have let them get all over the country like that. Trump getting a bad rap with the migrants. That's Biden did that and Abbott did that because Biden was asleep at the wheel. Because Biden should have stepped up. And not only that, Biden destroyed the New York mayor and the Chicago mayor because when they took on the problem, Biden didn't send them no money. Biden didn't send no money to New York to help with this was a federal problem. Biden didn't send no money to New York and no money to Chicago. He made Brandon Johnson and the mayor of New York handle that themselves, and now Chicago's whole budget is messed up because Sleepy Joe didn't send no money to help the black mayors deal with that situation in New York and Chicago. People don't want to tell the story fairly. That's what really happened. Because why did the city have to pay for that? That was a national problem. That wasn't no city problem. What Chicago got to do with somebody crossing the border? Why we had to pay for it? The border is not a city problem. That's why the mayor in New York got up there and dissed Biden. He dissed Biden over that. But then he ended up doing some crooked stuff. That's all the stuff with his dumb ass. But you know, it's bigger than that, Robert. It was a plot the whole time to steal their land. So it gets into a whole conspiracy. I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole, but it was a whole conspiracy all the time to get them people to come up here to take their land. Y'all don't think it's a coincidence that there was flyers and posters and radio shows and big old billboards saying "Come to America," and all them people came to America, and now military ships is down there. Now military ships is down there off of Venezuela. Come up here, we're gonna send the ships down there, we're gonna take all y'all stuff. Remember I told y'all that? We went through that over here. So the big story was, was people behind the scenes, get them up here, send the ship down there, take that, then send them back. Send them back. Trump gonna lock them up. When they take it, then Trump gonna release them, send them back, and they're gonna go back and work for Sunkiss, Chiquita Banana, and all of them gonna take all that. That's the master plan. That's what's really, really going on the big scale. This big business was behind that. The ones that tell the president what to do was behind that. The money talks. And when you're running for office, you got to have campaign money. And whoever paid the campaign money runs things. So whoever paid for me to run for president is my boss, basically. And if they pay for you to be president and you don't listen, then you get JFK and Abraham Lincoln, playing with them gangsters. You're going to be like JFK. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like JFK. You can't play with them. So even if I was president, it'd be limited what I could do. I'll do the best I could. You know what I'm saying? If you run your mouth too much, you get kirked. Yeah, you get kirked. You run your mouth too much. When they tell you to stand down, they mean stand down. Now you can keep on yapping. They ain't playing. When I used to grow up, we used to watch Mission Impossible, the one back in the day, the one in the 70s. And Mission Impossible, the head guy that ran the crew, Mission Impossible would start with him going somewhere, and maybe he'll get to a wall somewhere, and he'll take a brick out, and he'll take out a tape recorder, and he'll say, Jim. He pushed the button and say, Jim, you got to go over here to Turkey and get rid of this leader of Turkey. This is his name. This is his second in command. Then it would say, if you are caught, any knowledge of you would be disavowed. In other words, you on your own. That's why I love Mission Impossible, because they had to go do missions from the United States government, but they had to sneak around the United States government and the foreign government, because the United States government didn't officially know they doing that. So they send me to do a mission that even the FBI and CIA don't even know I'm doing this. So I can't get caught by my own government or the other government. And if I get caught, the agency I work for gonna disavow any knowledge of me. If you can find old series on YouTube of Mission Impossible, go watch it. It's gonna be one of the most interesting things you ever seen in your life. So they had to go do something with no help from the United States government, and with the government they doing it at, if they get caught, they out of there, and the government's not gonna come save them. That was one of my favorite shows as a child, Mission Impossible. I never missed it. As a child, I was intelligent to know this deep. Then the tape would self-destruct. Sure would, wouldn't it? The tape would start smoking. Hey, that was fire, wasn't it, Original 47? That was a fire show. They really need to bring that series back. No, they ain't going to bring that back, because with social media, that y'all know too much. They can't show you that now. Can they, Original 47? They can't show you that now. Hey, y'all, they can't show you that now with social media. They would never bring Mission Impossible back. Because social media is too much information on social media. It's going to be real interesting in the future of social media. They're going to shut some of this down. They're going to shut some of this social media stuff down, because people over there saying a lot, exposing a lot. Over there on Instagram, y'all been watching the Charlie Kirk? Y'all been watching the Charlie Kirk people talking about that on Instagram with the footage and everything? I've been saving all of that. Man, listen, they breaking that down so deep. I'm like, they're gonna delete all this. Man. Go on Instagram and put hashtag Charlie Kirk, and it's going to take you to where all the posts at, and watch them posts. Man. That's all I could tell you. You're going to need biometric ID to watch YouTube in the future, pretty much. To do anything, you're going to need a microchip. You're going to have to rake your hand, Bob, for your computer to come on. You're going to turn your computer to log in. You're going to have to take your microchip. You're going to have to scan your microchip. Like, for example, okay, like I give y'all some game before we go. Like this. Titan security key. If you're a content creator, get this. This prevents people from hacking your Gmail accounts and stuff. And you take this. Without this, you can't hack my account because you can't log in to my account unless you stick this in the computer and put your finger on this gold circle. And if I don't put my finger on that gold circle right there, it ain't logging you in. Facts. You ain't gonna get logged in on my phone either. If you don't got this, you cannot get in my account. I got this from a white dude content creator that somebody hacked his account and he went and got this. I got two of them. I got this one with the fat. I got this one and then I got this one. The Titan security key. If you got your bank accounts and all that stuff, and you log it into your Google account, and then that's how you going and searching, you need to get these. And can't nobody get into your stuff. You know what I'm saying? On my soul. Can't nobody hack you. They can't hack you. You can't log in over here. You can't get in my account if you ain't got that. It ain't letting you in if you ain't got that. If you ain't got that, you is not getting in my Gmail, period. You're not getting in my emails. You're not getting in my YouTube. Or none of that. If you ain't got that. You don't get that nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you real information. So, you know, hit that CashApp, that Super Chat, that Venmo, that PayPal. Because I can charge for this. So support the channel. Yep. Nobody going to tell you because everybody be holding stuff to their chest. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeepers don't want to tell y'all nothing. Everybody should get that, though. Because your email is very important. Because you might go to your email, and that's when you go to your bank and all of that. Great, Keith. You know what I'm saying? That's how you go to your bank account, right? So if I want to go to whatever bank I bank at, if I bank at Northern Trust, I'm going to log into Gmail, right? And then I'm going to put Northern Trust, go there, then I'm going to log in, right? Your phone, you got to pay your phone bill. You're going to log in from Google. That's what most of us use. You know what I'm saying? Whether you use Chrome, it don't matter which one of them you use, you still got to use somebody to get to your emails and get to your information. And the biggest one is Gmail. Gmail owns YouTube. So it's more convenient, you know, Gmail, you got Yahoo, but Gmail is bigger than Yahoo. I'll give you some more game too. When you get some type of website, like you got a site you selling merch or something, or you got anything, make sure you get a Gmail and a Yahoo. And always send people the Yahoo. Never send them the Gmail. Contact Have them contact you at Yahoo. Do not have them contact you at Gmail. Keep your Gmail just for you and your business sites or where you do business. When you're dealing with people, contact them through Yahoo. Do not contact them through Gmail. Okay? Always give them your Yahoo. So if you strictly business, then you get strictly business at Yahoo, strictly business at Gmail. Strictly business at Gmail you use for all your business. All your contact, you use strictly business at Yahoo. You don't do no contacting on your Gmail. None. You're going to get hacked. And don't be pushing no buttons. So anytime somebody sends you something, you got a special package or you missed it, click here. Don't click nothing. Don't click nothing because any company going to contact you directly. They're not going to ask you to click shit. They're not going to ask you to click nothing. If Comcast hit me, they're not going to ask me to click nothing. They're going to tell me to log into my account. They're not going to send me no login. They're going to say Comcast need to holler at you on a payment. Log into your Comcast. They're not going to say push this right here. They're not going to tell you to click nothing. Don't no business going to tell you to click nothing. Don't click nothing, young people. Don't click nothing. Because as soon as you click something, they're going to take over your computer and they're going to take over your phone. Don't click nothing. Don't click no link. You better listen. If my bank email me, I don't click no link on that email. I go, boom. I go to the bank account directly myself and log in. I don't be clicking nothing. Because when you click it, you're going to see, and they're going to take your phone. Your phone is locked or your computer is locked. It's gone. And all your information is gone. You've been hacked. And don't answer no phone. Don't say nothing on no phone because they'll say hello. Don't say nothing. Because if you say hello, they'll save your voice. Then they'll take your voice and they'll send it to your relatives and use your voice to make your relative think you're really talking to them. When these people call you, you pick up the phone, they say hello. If you don't say nothing, watch it hang up. Don't say hello. Don't say nothing. When you get an anonymous call, a lot of times don't even answer it. If you don't know who it is, don't answer that. But if you do answer, don't say nothing. It's going to say hello. It's going to say hello. It's going to go, dude, if you don't say nothing. But if you say something, got you. I don't answer no call if I don't know who it is. I don't answer that. Not only do I don't answer, I block it. Block. So it don't even come no more. I don't click on nothing. They be like, your packages came in from Britain. And then you push the email and say, click right here. I'm like, you gotta click my clack. You know what I'm saying? I ain't clicking nothing. Delete. I ain't got no package coming. The people I got the package from, they know how to contact me. Who is you? Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't click nothing. Nothing. Don't click it. Don't click it. DMs on your Instagram, don't click that. Don't click nothing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, thanks for the support, everybody that hit me up. Y'all stay positive, and y'all don't be getting emotional over the politics, you know what I'm saying? Don't get emotional over politics, and don't waste no whole lot of time like hating on the politicians personally. Don't be hating on Trump or hating on Biden. That's like misguided energy that you spending out. You know what I'm saying? You can't be sending out that kind of energy. Like I don't hate Trump or Biden. I ain't even thinking about them like that. So don't get no personal energy involved in these politicians where you personally dislike some politician you don't even know this dude, and never cheer for nobody's destruction. So if one of them pass away, don't ever cheer for nobody pass away, even if you feel like they was the opposite to you. Don't do that because you put like bad energy. You understand? So don't put no energy against nobody like that. If you don't mess with them, that's cool. You just don't mess with them, but you're not against them. You just don't mess with them. Like I just don't mess with Trump. I'm not against Trump like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wasting my time emotionally against ICE. If ICE go too far, it's gonna be smoke. That's all. Ain't no emotions involved. You cross the line then. If ICE think they want to be professional line crossers, then cross it. Holler at me when you get ready for that. This is how you gotta function. Holler at them when they cross the line. Other than that, hold your corner. Cross the line. When they cross the line, then we'll deal with that when you cross the line. Ice cross the line with me, that's when they get melted. You know, you're gonna get melted. We're gonna turn the freezer off. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn the freezer off, we're gonna turn the heat up. You know, if you here to get illegal immigrants, go get illegal immigrants. Don't come mess with Big Pharaoh. Because I'm not illegal or immigrant. I'm foundational black American. I've been here before you. I got bloodline and been here before you. I got Native American bloodline, African bloodline, and both of them been here before you. The Native Americans been here before Europeans, and the Africans was here before Europeans. The Africans been here, and the Africans and the Native Americans been knocking boots that none of your historian experts tell you that them people had babies. You think if I come all the way over here from Africa and I seen a fine Native American, I'm not gonna knock her back out and have her like an African Native American baby? You know, when y'all get in the knowledge, y'all get phony. Always keep the knowledge to the street. Men ain't passing up no coochie. So everybody mixed. Stop trying to pretend that we wasn't knocking Native American backs out. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense. You try to figure out if I'm African or Native American. Come on, man. My oldest sons is African, Native American, and Mexican because their mom was Mexican and black. You know, I'm a player. I don't turn down nothing on my car. I don't pass up no women. Well, you say so. I don't know no real players pass up no women. We don't care what kind of woman she is. You know what I'm saying? Unless she was an alien and her coochie was on her shoulder, I might not hit that. I might not hit that. Like your coochie on your shoulder, no, I don't want none of that. But if she got the normal stuff, you know, it's up. Don't y'all get into some of this fake ideology these brothers be talking. They be talking fake stuff. That stuff be fake. It's fake. You know, it's all fake. People gonna mate. You're not gonna mate based on your race. That sounds crazy. That's make believe. You is not gonna mate based on your race. You're gonna mate based on who you live around. If you live around a bunch of black women, you're gonna be sleeping with black women. If you live around a bunch of Mexican women, you're gonna sleep with Mexican women. If you live around a bunch of white women, you're gonna sleep with white women. That's just how it go. you're going to hit whatever's in the vicinity. But what do I know? You know, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm a professional line crosser. You know, I don't do fake stuff. Yeah, I only do real stuff. I only do real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I can show you a grizzly polar bear mix where grizzlies and polar bears and have sex. That's a fact. Dr. Umar don't know what he talk about. He don't mess with snow bunnies. Hey, Pharaoh mess with all the snow bunnies. The black bunnies, the white bunnies, the brown bunnies, the red bunnies. Pharaoh like bunnies. Bunnies got the honey. I don't know what dude talking about. Boy, I ain't turned down number on my collar. I just be with black women all the time because that's who I be around. I just be around black women, so I always have black women. But it ain't like nothing I'm going out to do. It's just natural. That's who I'm meeting. That's it. That's it. I'm not planning to be with them. They right there, and I meet them. Hey, what's your name? Sheila. My name Pharaoh. We start talking, and boom, we start dating. And then she ended up being my baby mama. I didn't plan it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't plan it. It's just my environment. I never had to date black women because that was all around in Chicago. So it wasn't nothing. We never even thought about that. Everybody was black already. If you come up in Chicago and everybody around you black, are you thinking about dating black women? No, because everybody black anyway. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no other women to date. There's no white women around. When you black coming up in Chicago, you're around black women all the time. All your function. It's not like you're going to go see the Isley Brothers. There's not going to be no white women at the Isley Brothers show. It's just not. It's not going to be no white women at the movie theater that you go to when you black in Chicago. It's not. You're not going to have no opportunity to meet nobody of a different race until you like grown. You might got to be like 28 or something, 24. You might start being able to venture out to meet different types of people. But if you're a real one like me, hell, by the time I get to be around different women, I already got 2 babies by Sheila that I went to high school with. I'm knocking backs out early. And so, I'm having babies straight out of high school. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like I had my daughter, I was like 20 something. I hadn't been out of high school much. And I had my first child. I would have had one sooner than that if my high school girlfriend, if we didn't break up. I sure would have put a baby in her, but we broke up. She escaped. She escaped. She escaped from the D. She escaped. Because I sure would have put one in there. I love babies and women and having children. Yeah, man, having babies is the best thing you could do. Young black men, don't be letting nobody tell you, go get your life together and have a baby. But nowadays, you do got to be careful because some women are like use that against you and try to rob you. But in most cases, babies are motivational and make you make more money. Typically, you'll chase the bag more if you have a son or a daughter. It'll put a battery in your back. Oh, my soul. You have a son or a daughter, oh, you turn up. You make more money than you would make if you didn't have them. Typically, if you're a go-getter, oh, you finna really go get it. And the money you gonna make, babies ain't even expensive. That's a whole nother story. Babies not expensive, y'all. Babies not. Children not expensive until they get they start costing a little bit when they get like in high school. But before they get in high school, Children is not expensive. I don't know what nobody told you. The children is not expensive. They gonna eat the food that you and mommy would have threw away. That's another false. Babies ain't expensive. I ain't never had no expensive babies. I ain't never noticed no different in living with baby children. I ain't noticed. Me and my last queen, we had 4 teenagers and a baby. I didn't notice nothing. The boys got bigger. I give them money. They would go get all them some food. I didn't notice. I didn't really notice the difference with them eating like that. It wasn't nothing to me. It don't seem like it was no lot of money. Unless you're a fool, you're trying to buy them new clothes all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when my kids was coming up, I wasn't overdressing my sons. I had to talk to my sons about that and my stepson when they got older. I wasn't dressing them up. Dressing up black boys in Chicago, that went out back with starter jackets. That's why they started having school uniforms. You can't send them boys out here dressed up. They'll get unalived. So I sent my sons out here plain. They had new clothes, but they wasn't expensive. They just had on regular clothes you could get at, Montgomery Wards or just regular stuff, Kmart. I did not put them on design or nothing. I didn't dress my sons up and send them out there in Chicago. They wanted it, but they kids. I can't listen to them. They both of my son and my stepson's grown now. What can they tell me? They're alive. So if they're alive, I made the right move. They can't guarantee that if I would have dressed them up, they'd still be alive. As a matter of fact, we wouldn't dress them up. So one day, me and my queen, we decided, well, let's get them something nice. Let's get them something nice to wear, at least one time. So we went out and got them some nice jackets and all that. And do you know the first day they went to school, they got robbed? Somebody put a gun on them. The first day, my son and stepson, when we tried to step their wardrobe up just a little bit, they got off the bus on King Drive, 70-something, because they went to Simeon with Derrick Rose. A dude put a gun in their face and robbed them for their jackets. But see, we wasn't used to dressing them up because when they went to public school, they had to wear uniforms. And the reason they brought uniforms in is so the children wouldn't get hurt. Because back in the 80s, the children was getting hurt in the early 80s. So they came out with uniforms so all the children be dressed alike, because the children that dressed better were getting unalived and wounded. So by the time our children got out of grade school, right? By the time they get out of 8th grade, we was already used to them not dressing up. We was used to them wearing school uniforms. So we kind of just kept it like that, although they was wearing different colors and clothes, but I didn't dress them up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the streets too, and I didn't dress up. I didn't dress up in the streets every day. I dressed down. Because when you're out there hustling, you don't want to look like you get money. Because that's like you telling all the criminals and the police, hey, look at me, I'm doing well. You want to go under the radar. And anytime you see me dressed up with jewelry on, the jewelry wasn't the only thing I had shining. Let's just say it like that. Because I used to have another piece of jewelry. I used to call it jewelry. And they used to match my jewelry. So I had another piece of jewelry. Anytime I was dressed up, I had another piece of jewelry on me. In case you want this jewelry. And that jewelry had jewelry in it, had little pieces of jewelry in it. If you want some jewelry, you know, if you want something shiny, I got something shiny. I got something shiny for you. But I never went out there in mink coats and dressed up without all my jewelry. you know, I never you read between lines, it's YouTube. I never went out there dressed up without all my jewelry. I got all my jewelry on me when I go out there. So even now, I don't be dressing up. I don't be dressing up outside like that. Hell no. No, I don't be doing that. I don't be dressing up outside. I don't be wanting nobody paying me no attention. I don't want no attention on me. When I'm dressed up, I'm dangerous. If you see me like this, I'm minked out and juried out, run up. I'm on something. When I come outside like this, I'm on something. Other than that, I don't come outside like that. I don't drive nice car, right? I'm not only trying not to be a stain, I'm trying not to make nobody else a stain, G-Rock. I'm trying not to be a stain or cause a stain. I'm trying to get around all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so when I would come out like this is me at the studio with Bad that produced for Tupac. This is the brother that made Hail Mary and all that. Shout out to Bad, everybody in St. Louis. When going in the studio was very dangerous. It's a bunch of gangsters be in the studio back in the day, in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so anytime I come outside like this with all them big old diamonds in my ear and all that, you know, I'm with it. But who wants that much attention on them? Always remember, and I'm gonna let y'all go, young brothers especially. You're not trying to look like money. You're trying to get money. You're not trying to look like money. You're trying to get money. And young brothers, expand. Stop being around black people all the time. Get around some young white men. Get around some young Asian men so you can learn something. Because my white friends that's rich, they only wear Dockers and a watch that look like rubber and only a wedding band. They do not wear, most of them don't got no jewelry. Their wife got all the jewelry and she don't wear it, it's in the safe. They got two cars. They got their real flashy car and they got that plain BMW that you can't tell. It don't look like you got no money. And I learned game from my white friends. They like, Pharaoh, you don't come outside looking like you got no money. So we don't know why you black guys do that. It was like looking like that don't make money. Make money come from investments and knowing what you're doing. Money, making money don't come from looking like you got money. You don't need to, nobody don't need to know. And it was like the more people know you got money, the more people are going to try to stop you from getting money. So you don't want to look like that. And I would drive around with them and they would point out the white dudes making a mistake. And every time they would point out somebody, it would be an old white man, like about 67, 68 years old with a real fancy sports car with a young woman in there. And they say, see, he going through midlife crisis. He getting old, so that's why he got all that. But he said the rest of us young coming up, we don't buy that. We don't ride around in that. We go to work with a sports jacket on and Dockers. And like my Rolex, he said, I only wear my Rolex or something if me and my wife going to a wedding or a banquet or something. That's the only time I wear my Rolex. He said, other than that, I wear this waterproof watch. He said, we don't wear that. He said, Pharaoh, we don't wear that. See, I get around other people and learn. And so I got a lot of white friends, businessmen, and they put me up on a lot of game. You know, you want to only look conservative. You don't want to look. They also said that if you trying to make a money deal and you look like you got too much money, a lot of big money dudes won't make the deal with you. They said they won't make the deal with you if you look like you got too much already. They was telling me that looking like you got too much money is a distraction when you're doing business. That you don't want nobody to start counting your pockets and all that. You just want them to deal with you like this. You don't want them. So they said that's why, and I would go in their offices and nobody in their offices would be flashy. In the whole office, multi-million-dollar business. Nobody in there looked like they got no lot of money. Nobody. Not one person got a big old ring or nothing. They don't even wear big old wedding bands. They just wear plain wedding bands. They don't wear no big ass diamond wedding bands and stuff. Mm-mm. And them watches that look like rubber. The watch costs $400, $500, but it don't look like it though. It don't look like it costs like that. It just looks like a rubber watch, but it's a real nice watch, but nobody don't know. It's just a black rubber with a rubber like band on it. They said all that stuff is in their safety deposit box or in their safe hid in their house. And if they go into something special, the wife bring out her gowns, bring out her jewelry. He'll put his Rolex on. He'll put his nice wedding band on and take the other one off. They be having two wedding bands. They have the ones with all the diamonds, then they have just a plain band. And when they're not going nowhere, they don't wear them diamonds. They sure don't. And I've been around Italians, Greeks, Polish, all that. I be around bosses. When you go to these music studios, you got to talk to the owners of the studios. You got the rappers, you got the producers, you got the CEOs, but you got the owner of the studio. And the owner of the studio got the big money, and he don't look as fancy as nobody else. He look regular, but he the one you paying to record. He the one with the money. Facts. And so you got to go in there and talk. You know what I'm saying? So young brothers, listen to me. You got to be social. You got to be social. You got to know how to approach people, how to get in conversation with people, how to get in good with them, how to talk to them, how to have a regular conversation. Just a little extra conversation to make them bring you into some money. Seriously. You can go to the studio with the white guy on the studio, and go in his office to pay your bill. And you can say something like about his desk or a picture he got. I mean, that's a nice picture right there. He's like, yeah, this is my wife and my family and kids and stuff. Like, oh, man, that's a nice picture, man. Where y'all was at? That background's off the chain. Oh, we was in so-and-so. Just a little icebreaker like that, you in there. Now you Pharaoh. You just ain't a dude, you know what I'm saying? When you come back the next day, like, hey, Pharaoh. Straight up. Just regular conversations. You meet their wife, you tell her, man, she gorgeous. Y'all lucky to have each other. You know what I'm saying? She scored in, you scored up. Like that. She like, oh, you so kind. He cool. He know I ain't trying to flirt with her or none of that. Boom, I'm in there. The wife like me, he like me, I'm in there. If the kids there, I'll say something to the kids. I'll say something to a little boy, yo, you gonna get money like your daddy, ain't you? You know, I'll be overdoing it, and it pays off. Make people comfortable, make them feel like they know you. And when they feel like they know you, you get perks. So if he charging you, you know, you're doing so many hours, it's 200 a night. He might say, listen, man, I give you the same amount of time for the next 2 days. Just give me 3. 150 a night. You good, my friend? I say, hey, cool. They keep their stuff in safes that they got hid in their house, in the floor, behind the walls, in books. They'll take a book and they'll cut pages out, and they'll hide their stuff in a book because they say ain't nobody look in the books. So they hide their stuff in books. Now they even make books for that. Now they got books you could buy because they found out so many people was doing it. But they got all type of stuff. Like you got to go move the light switch and click this, and then the wall open up like that. You'll never get that wall to open. You'll never know there's something behind the wall. But you got to be really cool for them to show you this stuff. They know Pharaoh ain't no thief. Pharaoh don't do thieving shit. Pharaoh go get his. So they'll show me. Look at this, Pharaoh. And they'll go and they'll show me, watch. See, push this down. One time the dude say, he told me, take the lamp. He said, lean the lamp. And when I grabbed the lamp, I said, what you mean lean the lamp? He said, just lean it, bro. And when I leaned it, I'm thinking the lamp gonna just lay over. The lamp had a hinge on it. And when I leaned it, then he said, now turn on that light switch. When I turned on the light switch, the wall opened up. I said, hell no. He's like, cool, any man. I said, man, that's out the damn chain. Anytime, man, when you get ready, let me know. My guy, he'll come, he'll fix you up, man. He can put it in the floor. He can put it under the stairs. Push a button, the whole stairs lift up. They try to put me up on game. They ready to put you up on houses. They ready to introduce you to their realtor. All that. And you could be like the only black person on the block. But you friendly and you ain't got no attitude. So they cool with it. So young brothers, the way you carry yourself, always carry yourself and be friendly, be open, and cordial with people. And even if they be stern with you, like sometime you'll go deal with a dude and he'll be stern and you don't change. You still stay cordial, right? So if I'm with a white dude, and he kind of rough with me and I still stay cordial and cool and it don't affect me, a lot of times after that exchange, he'll feel guilty. He'll be like, I shouldn't have came off with him like that. He's really cool. So like sometime the next time I see him, he'll be way nicer because he thought about it. Because I just let him keep the bad energy to himself. How do you distinguish that in between cooning? I mean, what is cooning when you're doing business? There's no such thing as cooning when you're doing business. Cooning is when, listen, being cordial is not cooning. Cooning is when it's some racial stuff and that's right, master, and all that. That's cooning. Business, there's no such thing as cooning when you're doing business. There's no such thing as cooning when you're doing business. Cooning is when it's some racial stuff and you going against your race. Okay, so cooning is like you there and you with Trump and he doing all kind of messed up stuff with black people, and you smiling and grinning. That's cooning. That was a good question. That's cool. That's cooning. Cooning is when you're overlooking racism and you're siding with a group that's being racist to your people. That's cooning. But when you're doing business, usually that ain't involved in that. So usually when you're doing business, there's really no racism in it like that. Because when I said when somebody be stern with you, overlook it, that could be a black dude too. Quaylen, that could be a black dude. That could be a black dude. You're doing business with him and he kind of, and if you don't do that and you keep your composure and you still be pleasant, the next time he'll feel guilty and he won't be like that. So that's not no racial thing. When I said you doing business with somebody and they might be funny, because that could be a black dude too. That could be a black dude. That could be a black woman. That could be a Hispanic dude. That could be an Asian dude, a white dude. That could be anybody when you're doing business, Quaylen, that will try to be hard or negative with you because they might have a bad day. So you might be doing business with a brother or a person that had a bad day and it kind of came off on you. So that wasn't a racial statement. That wasn't about, everything I'm saying is not really racial because it could be anybody. It could be a white dude, a black dude, all that. Like the black millionaires I got around is the same way I got around the white millionaires. Same principle. When you're dealing with people with money, you got to be cordial. Because that's the world they're in. They're in a cordial world. They ain't in this internet world. They in a world where you got to be cordial all the time. So this is why when you in a situation with money like that, you got to make sure that your wife act like she got some sense. She got to control herself. She cannot bring no head bobbing. She cannot bring that into your business world. Because a lot of time for black people, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. Your wife come in and she the one with the negative energy. Ain't nobody got no negative energy. Here she come. She bring a whole dark energy with her. She don't even know these people. So that's why you got to have a queen. She got to know to be quiet and follow your lead. So if you my woman, you must follow my lead. Period. Got to follow my lead. Don't you step in front of me with your attitude. You stay behind me, on side of me. Don't you mess up everything I'm doing with your funky ass attitude, because you ain't on nothing. And I'm on business and you on bullshit. That's where you got to pick the right queen that knows how to conduct themselves in a business atmosphere. A business atmosphere ain't like regular socializing. It's different. And people only gonna treat you black when you act black. Other than that, they're not gonna treat you a certain type of way. And when you're a businessman, you don't care. So when you're a businessman, you don't really care about that type of stuff. You're just trying to get what you're trying to get. So you don't get into emotions, feelings, You doing business. Your goal is to get the business done. So a business acquaintance, a business friendship is not like a regular social friendship. It's different. A business friendship is a friendship based on when you do business. So like I get a lot of merchandise from these Arabs, from these Muslims. I don't know if they're Arabs. They might be any kind of Muslim, but they some Muslims, Middle Easterners. It's a daddy and his two sons. And I built a great rapport with them. And so when I come in and do business, I'm doing business with the one son. All the time I'm dealing with the one son, I'm dealing with him with respect and cool, and I'm buying stuff, and we become kind of cool. So one day I come and I see him, but he look a little different. So I'm calling him by his name and then find out. Then the one I was dealing with came in. I said, I thought I was talking to you. I knew he looked a little slimmer. So they was laughing because I said, oh, man, why you didn't tell me? Because I called the younger brother the older brother names. I said, why you didn't tell me you wasn't dude? Right? Real talk. So after I built this friendly business relationship with them, the next time I came and I'm talking to them, their daddy came out. The daddy came out, wanted to be around me and meet me. So the daddy came out. And then I was telling the daddy, your son bogus. I called him, and he didn't even tell me. The father was cracking up. Why he didn't tell me he wasn't him? So the father was like, oh, my friend, I don't know. He should have told you. I said, yeah, he had me thinking that he was him. And I be really just regular with these people. And these people do great business with me because it's not a friendship, it's a business relationship. You understand? Much respect to Pharaoh for the super chat, super sticker. It's a business relationship. It's business. You when you're doing business, you're not sucking up or nothing. You're doing business. And people mix up personal relationship with business. A business relationship is different. You're not going to hang out. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hang out. You're not friends. You're business associations. You have a business association. And people that do business, they want to make money. So they're going to deal with you accordingly. And when you are really nice and you're really open and you're a good communicator, they start cutting you deals. I don't give a damn what race you are. If they begin to like you because you regular, they start cutting you deals. Because friendship ain't got nothing to do with race. You got to understand now, I lived in the South Pacific around Samoans, Hawaiians, Japanese, Portuguese, Filipinos. And your way you carry yourself breaks down all them walls. That breaks. So sometimes when people say you're not like the others, they really mean you ain't got that funky attitude. You're all good. You know what I'm saying? So it really means you ain't got that funky attitude when you know, because a lot of blacks got a chip on their shoulder when they dealing with other people. That's not good for business. With business, it's just business. Period. You're going to go in there, you're going to get what you're going to get, and you're going to go do your business. That's it. There's no other tie with them other than what you're doing business-wise. It's not like a regular friendship. It's an association based on business. So that's why when you go to work, you don't say nothing funny to your boss or nothing. You don't do that. You be a professional. So now, if you're a professional, somebody, how is that cooning? You are a professional. You be a professional. That's not cooning. That's being a professional. Cooning is really not professional, to be honest with you. Cooning is unprofessional, to be honest with you, because now you're doing something that ain't got nothing to do with business. A lot of business people won't like that either. A white man ain't gonna necessarily like you if you're doing anything that's not business like. If you cooning, that got nothing to do with business. It really don't. Sucking up and all that ain't got nothing to do with business. What that got to do with business? Business is just business. Business is cut and dry. So you have to know the difference between social relationships and business relationship. Business relationship is like this. So somebody say, well, what if you do business with them and they do you wrong? You don't get no attitude. You go do business with somebody else. It's cut and dry. You don't have no attitude. If I do business with you, I don't like the way you talk to me and deal with me, I don't come back. What I got to dislike you for? I don't dislike you because I'm never coming back. There's nothing to dislike. I'm going to go do my business somewhere else. And business people know that. So you think they're going to run away their business, acting a fool? No. They're not finna run that bag away you bringing them money. So it's business. So if I'm doing business, you can talk crazy. I just ain't coming back. I'm never going to think about you. I'll never think about you. You're a non-factor. I'm going to leave and say, I ain't going back in there. I'll find another connection. Bye-bye. No sweat off my back. It's business. That's your loss. Because I've been a salesman too. And when I'm making my deliveries and selling, I can't be pissing my customers off. I can't talk to them crazy. They're not going to call me no more. They're not going to call me no more. They're going to find somebody else to get their stuff from. So when you start talking in terms, this is what black people got to leave all that racism and all that attitude alone. That's why we don't do good in business. Especially the black man. The black man don't know how to turn it off and turn it on. He trying to be the same street dude when he come to do business. That's why we can't do business with you black men. You don't know how to leave that shit you doing where it's at. Stop bringing that over here when we doing business, bro. But you bring your same unprofessional attitude and all that into a business situation. And it's like, what's wrong with you? This is business. You bring personal stuff into business. Women too. Your wife will ruin your business if she don't know how to shut up. She got to know, hey, all that head weaving, listen, don't you bring that into my business. When I'm doing business, you shut up. If you can't conduct yourself like you married to a businessman, like you a businesswoman, then shut up. I really have to dump you. I'm going to have to dump you if you're messing up the bag. You got to go. Let me go find a queen want to get some money. You got to go. Ain't no coochie in the world work that. You ain't all that. Bills got to be paid. Now, unless you're going to go out there and sell coochie and pay these bills, shut up. Don't be trying to act like you all that. When we doing business, business is serious. You cannot have no attitude when you're doing business. You have to be pleasant. period. And if you're the type of person that feel being pleasant is cooning or selling out, you're going to fail in life. Because that's not that. That's business. That's why the United States government is falling. Because they're not good politicians and good businessmen. Politicians used to say, to my good friend, Senator so-and-so from Nebraska, even though he don't like dude. He would say to my good friend, Senator so-and-so from Nebraska, to my good friend associate, Senator so-and-so from Iowa, I understand what you said. This is how I used to conduct themselves. Now you got Trump in there, totally unprofessional. The whole United States government is bootleg, ghetto. They don't know how to talk to each other. It's totally unprofessional. It's totally a bad example for the youth. Politicians used to stay professional, period. They always stayed on code. I am a governor. I am a senator. I am a mayor. And I'm going to always act like a mayor. I'm going to always act like a governor. Then you start getting these Marjorie Taylor Greens screaming and hollering in there, all ghetto. The other chick, the black chick y'all like, that's all ghetto. I can't stand them. All hooded out in there making us look crazy. Y'all know I'm talking about, the one y'all love so much. I can't stand her ass. I can't stand her. She went and had all that education to be in there all ghetto like that. What's her name? Put it in the chat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't stand her. Jasmine. Is that her name? Jasmine Crockett or something? I can't stand her. That's something you make your daughters watch and say, don't you ever let me see you in no position like that, talking like that. One thing is, you have to be 3 or 4 different persons. Y'all see me over here. I'm on YouTube. So, but if I was doing politics, you would see a totally different Pharaoh. You would never see this Pharaoh that's on here if I was a politician. And you never see this Pharaoh when I'm doing business. Never. You got to know how to contain your different characters. My mother had 2 people. She had Mama and she had Best Stewart. And when I would call her at work and say, "Man, I speak to Best Stewart," she would come to the phone and be, "This is Best Stewart, Selective Services." I'm like, "Mama." She'd be like, "What you want?" She switched back to Mama once she found out she talking to me. But if she ain't talking to me, you're going to get Bessie Stewart, the professional. She knew how to be 2 different mamas. She never was the mama for us at work. She never acted like how she be at home at work. I remember one time we was at church, and after church, she ain't speaking up right. She's embarrassing. She can speak up, but be proper. Leave all that ghetto shit out. She is a horrible example of professional black female politicians. She could do the same thing and use better choice of words. Her choice of words is tacky and ghetto, which is the total wrong time, Mrs. Moore, when so many young black women is tacky and ghetto. That's the last thing these black tacky women need to see, because the black woman now is more tacky than ever before. We got so many damn tacky black women. That's the last thing they need to see, is a tacky black politician that's trying to talk hood and ain't even about that life. She ain't that either. You ain't in the hood. You ain't no hood chick. You not that. She not that. She not Keisha on the block. She fronting. And a lot of people that really ain't outside like that try to act like they got and they not. She nothing like what she's saying. She came up with great parents at great schools. She is a prissy Negro. She is not a hood chick at all. She trying to be something she not. All you got to do is go watch her. Her whole way she talking is bogus. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's not never supposed to do that. She's a politician. She's supposed to be a politician 24/7. Anytime the camera's running, she's supposed to be 100% professional. This is why they push her. This is why white media push her, because they know it's embarrassing. She's embarrassing. She's embarrassing. Tacky, ghetto, and embarrassing. And that's who fighting for us is the embarrassing one. That just show you how far we going. Why you think the white politicians threw Marjorie Taylor Greene to the curb? Because she was too much of a hillbilly. That's why they threw her to the curb. She wasn't professional enough. She's a white she's a white Jasmine Crockett. They the same. That's why they didn't like Marjorie Taylor Greene. When she started screaming when the president talking and all that, then you pigeonhole yourself. Oh, it's cute and funny, but they're gonna put you in the category. They're gonna put you in the category. They look at Marjorie Taylor Greene as a hillbilly, non-professional. If you look at her lately, now that they're kicking her to the curb, you don't see her quite acting like she was acting last year. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to clean it up. Ain't she trying to clean it up, Mrs. Moore? She's trying to clean it up. Tell me I'm lying. She trying to clean, because at first she was hollering in the Senate and all that, hooting and hollering. That was a bad look. Same like the white dude hollered at Obama. You lie. Look how they doing him now. He's a nobody because he showed he was unprofessional. They're going to laugh with you, but they're going to kick you to the curb. I'm telling you. I'll be watching Goshen. She did all. Now she's all professional and speaking well. Now she's all professional and speaking well. Now that the Republicans kick her to the curb. They kicked her ass to the curb. Because as far as they're concerned, the only person that can talk crazy is Trump. And one thing I can say about Trump knows how to do it and still sound like a politician. I got to give him credit. Trump knows how to talk crazy in a political manner. I got to give it to him. Even when he talks crazy, it's presidential. He never is unpresidential. He's a great actor. I got to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Michelle was different because she's just the first lady, so she wasn't no politician, so that's different. All she got to do is look and smile. So that's different. The rest of them, they never get out of character. The top politicians, they ain't getting out of character. They're not getting out of character, ever. Never. The top politicians never get out of character. Never. Ever. You have to stay like that. The Dems gave in. The Dems smart. The Dems are smart. The Dems just swept everything. So now they're gonna give in, but they control. Now they got more control, and people's gonna get their link, and people's gonna get their food stamp. So people gonna thank the Democratic Party to help them get their food stamp. So Democratic Party, that was checkmate. Smart. Democratic Party is smart because it's gonna look like they did it for the poor people. It's like, yeah, the Democratic Party smart. The Democratic Party, that was slick. That was perfect because it's going to look like they did it for the people. People ain't going to forget that. So when the people get their stuff back, they're going to say the Democrats the one helped us get our stuff back. The Republicans were going to never do it. That's a win for the Dems. Smart move. This ain't checkers. This chess. That was a smart chess move right there. What better time to bow down after you won all them seats? You winning anyway. So the Dems is winning. So I say, okay, we winning now. Okay, open the government back up. Now that we winning, they can't wait to open it back. If you was winning and you won all them seats, you wouldn't open the government back up? They can't wait to open it back up. Smart. Got them. Now they can say, we had to bow down so people could get their food stamps. Oh, perfect. Genius. That was, all right. That was so smart. Boy, they playing chess. That was beautiful. Now that they just show Air Force men in line to get food and all that, it don't matter if it's going to go up in 2 years. It's all over with. The Democrats going to sweep them. The Democrats don't care now. They're like, we got you. Republicans going to lose every seat next election. The Republicans is through. They're going to be blamed for starving the people, and the Democrats is going to get the credit for feeding the people again. Yeah, they bow down, but they bow down for us. That was genius. Genius. Win all them seats, win all them elections last week, and now bow down for the people. They played that perfect. Now all the people going to say the Democrats are the reason they eating. All them soldiers, all them air traffic controllers is going to say the Democrats got their jobs back, that the Democrats bow down just to help them. Which is true. The Democrats did right to help all them people that were suffering. Instead of playing hardball with the Republicans, help the American people get back to work and get their food stamps and all that. That was great. That was real. That was great. Seeing that you see the Republicans as evil and they was just going to play hardball and starve out the people. It's great. Great move. Checkmate. You won this you lost this election, and you're going to lose the next one. Bad. The Republicans are going to lose a lot of seats. People never going to forget the Republicans starved them out. People ain't going to forget that. Not to mention, Trump's probably got 5 to 7 months to live. So Republicans are going to be in shambles because Trump's going to be out of here. He's sick. It ain't going to work, Jupiter, because he's going to be out of there. Everything they're going to do finna be flipped over in 24 months is over. It's a wrap. So look, that's that. I hope y'all learn from this. You know what I'm saying? They need to let these old people get rest. They too old for the job. You know, they need to have some term limits. You know, you can't be calling nobody Sleepy Joe and then you sleep. He sleep and you sleep. He sleep and you sleep. Get these old people out of here. They too old for the job. You feel me? It is what it is. Y'all pay attention to politics because politics determine your life. Victory.